Hey, this is Joel Cost, and this is the LuZo review of Transformers: The Last Knight. This movie was bad. Like, it was so bad. It sucked. It was so bad. The plot made no sense. It broke the Transformers lore that the movies have been trying to set up for the last, 10 years. And there was just, like, zero action, and it basically what it was 2.5 hours of, like, just pure garbage. It was even worse than Revenge of the Fallen, which was written during the writer's strike. There is no writer's strike currently. There is, like, no excuse for this. Those watching are probably thinking, but, like, Joel, Transformers movies, like, aren't good. It's like, they're right, they're not good. They're pretty, like, wonky, and, like, the action sequences are fun. They're good. You see, like, giant robots beat the crap out of each other, some cool fighting moves, explosions, Michael Bay everywhere. Whoa! There's, like, very little of that. You know, there's, like, an opening scene with some good action. There's the ending stuff has a lot of explosions and some interesting fights. But the middle is just exposition after exposition after exposition. I mean, delivered by Anthony Hopkins. So, I mean, it's Anthony Hopkins, but it's just, that's all it was. And it was basically focused on Mark Wahlberg. He is, like, the center of this movie. Whereas before, it's usually, like, Optimus Prime and the other Transformers are, like, the villain. Like in Transformers 4, you had Lockdown, who was, like, a really cool villain. That he was kind of, like, it was, like, centered around what he was doing. No, this was about Mark Wahlberg doing his thing with, like, some other woman who's, like, a new character. Plot-wise, like, it was, I mean, it made sense, you know, like, there's this device on Earth that the Marky Mark and the Autobots need to find to save the Earth. They can't let the bad guys get it because it'll destroy Earth. You know, and Optimus Prime is corrupted by, like, his creator he was looking for. The whole Optimus Prime thing, that's, like, the big problem. So, like, if you remember with Age of Extinction, the big marketing was that the Dinobots were going to be in it, and they were probably in it for, like, 30 minutes. Optimus Prime was in this movie for 30 minutes. And that's no lie. He was in it a little bit in the beginning. You see him meet his creator, and then you don't see him for, like, an hour and a half. And then he comes to Earth, he's evil for, like, 10 minutes, and then he's good again, and then that's it. So, like, you can't have a Transformers movie without Optimus Prime. Like, Revenge of the Fallen kind of proved that. Like, that's one of the reasons why it was bad. Like, the central voice of these movies was just, like, ripped out for, like, no reason whatsoever. All the lore they established in those movies, like, gone. Like, they completely ignored. Basically, their thing is that Transformers have been on this Earth since the very beginning. All the movies beforehand have, like, disproved that. Like, that like, wasn't true by the own movies that, like, set up this one. You know, also Megatron's back. He was supposed to have died, and Galvatron was supposed to be running around. No explanation as to why that's happening. There's also, like, really random things thrown in there with no explanation. So, like, for example, Mark Wahlberg has, like, tiny baby Dinobots kind of going around. Like, they're cute. Like, it's a tiny metal T-Rex and Triceratops. But, like, what are they? Why are they there? They don't really answer that. Why does Anthony Hopkins have, like, this, like, robot butler who's, like, was funny and is a cool character, but, like, what's his deal? And I wouldn't really recommend seeing it. So that's that. Here's to hoping for the next movie to be better. Michael Bay has said he's not going to direct it, but he said that before. Guess we're getting a Bumblebee spin-off movie, which could be cool. The movie does set up for, like, a cool sequel, but we'll see.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you just saw, take a look at these other videos from this week's LuZoCast. You can find the full podcast on Facebook and iTunes. For more nerdy goodness, subscribe to LuZo on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.